ones. Fives, throw them 20s.
Looking dumb in the club, throw no money. Didn't want me, it's so funny. Now they get killed.
Mammy, bro, what's up, dog?
Going viral.
Who's messing with you?
I have no problem with it, bro.
messing
He's
with
good. No, he's good.
Well, that's you.
Me, it's so
Oh, shit, my
funny.
bad,
Now
dog.
they get killed, they gon' get her a GoFundMe. I done made a couple of hundred through pandemic. Hard 6 Vegas like P, no damn limit. Yo, ass nigga money was short, that damn midget. Lifestyle rubbers won't work, I can't fit it. Disney Plus a fuck a Netflix. Get her on the prompt and I'm hitting the next bitch. Bitch, your last nigga don't exist. Ain't about a dollar, I'm hitting the
What's going on, guys? Big Chief here. Welcome back to another episode of To Be Blunt. I'm here with my motherfucking brother, MJ, in the building. And I got my homie, world-renowned. You probably smoked his weed before. DojaPak, a.k.a. Ryan, and this bitch. I appreciate you for pulling up. Now we don't even make money off of weed stuff, so you can cuss and do whatever, because
That's good.
desensitize us already. Demonetize us.
Sounds good to see you, MJ.
You too, bro. Absolutely. Think we're pulling up.
Bro, I always run into you everywhere. Like, literally.
Airports and grocery stores and everything.
Globally.
Globally, from Washington State Park to, like, even Hall of Flames and everything in between, if you want to put it like that.
This guy said Washington State Park.
Is it Washington Square?
And Hall of Flames. He got both of them.
He smoked 2 blunts before we
As
started.
you can say, he's already started. Yes.
We've seen you too many times. Just so
So
many
you at all
places to
those
count.
places, brother. All those places.
At least we got that out of the way.
We haven't been there yet. We'll get there.
You know what they say though? Is like it's something to do with like you're supposed to make memorable impressions. And the first time I met you, you made a very memorable impression, man. That shit like stuck in me. About you recommended a book that I like maybe heard of, or maybe I was already reading, or like maybe I didn't hear of it and then I heard of it, but I don't know. I read the book since.
It was 4 Agreements. I do remember.
4 Agreements.
I was reading. I read a lot of books around that time.
You came and recited all 4 agreements to me.
I don't know why I had to tell you
guy,
that.
I was like, yo, guy's pretty on. Like, he knew all 4 of them. Like, I was walking, and he was like, and then the 3rd agreement. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right.
Persistent.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know why. Something told me to go tell you that. You know what I mean?
I needed to hear them. I needed to hear those.
It's
all
so
4,
random.
All 4 of them.
It's really good 4 Agreements. And I feel like
You're full of, you're just full of so much good energy. You're like, I just gotta tell somebody.
This guy's got more energy than anyone I
Man.
know, I swear. I'm very inspired by your energy, bro.
Nah, coming from you, that means a lot, bro. Someone that created such a legacy brand, I know it's not easy. It takes a lot of fucking hustle, bro. And watching you do what you're doing is super inspiring, you know what I mean? So, how the fuck do you even, what kind of hustle does
What
does
is
it take?
Doja?
What is Doja?
It's a lifestyle, man. It's just my life, you know. It's just like you know, look at Big Chief, you know. You understand? It's an international lifestyle, you know, representation of a certain culture that you represent, you know what I mean? Doja can be perceived as many things at this point, you know. It can be like my work that I'm doing with the plant. It can be, you know, the store in Barcelona. You know, there's a lot of shit.
It's like a mindset.
It's kind of like a mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really. I think that like, I don't know. I feel like I hope that I've transcended brand status. You know, I don't want to just be a brand.
Yeah.
Know? I feel like there's more, you know, operational expertise than that. You know, kind of like you guys, man. Same thing as you.
It's like a brand and
Same
the
as
backing
you.
company
You know, it's
behind
like
it.
it's like people don't understand. A lot of times, it's the same thing that I can only imagine everything that you two do, and I also when looking in from the outside, it's almost unfathomable because I'm like, you know, wow, this is crazy. These guys do the most. It's like makes me feel like, you know, just since I'm here, I'm like, yo, do I need to get 2 designers because you know, you understand?
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, you know, you guys are definitely pushing that envelope as well. A lot of people don't know what goes into it. I know what goes into it. It takes a lot. So.
Yeah. It's like behind social media. It's like what you see on social media and what people perceive it versus what's on a day-to-day. Because, you know, part of inspiration is when you look at other people and they drop stuff or they put stuff together. And part of you like, oh, that's cool. And the other part is like, man, what am I doing? Or what should I be doing? Or,
Right.
you know, I think it's cool because it's like if you have a competitive nature and you have an inspirational nature, you'll go and look at that and it'll inspire you to innovate and keep going.
Innovation is the key to everything, though. That's how like you keep staying relevant. It's innovating.
It's true.
And that fire is good, you know.
Also, yeah, I mean, I try to do that too. Thank you. Innovation and evolution. You have to evolve.
I like that.
Evolution.
Evolution's a good one.
One thing I heard you talk about on a podcast actually is like you're talking about one thing has never changed though. One thing, and it fathoms me. It really stuck in when you said this. You told me like you said actually on the pod, and it stuck to me. It goes, "We used to be $50 in the '90s, and still to this day, weed is $50." And I was looking at it, I was like, "That inflation of eggs is $18."
There's not a single other commodity in the world that has stabilized in price the same way that cannabis has. And it's crazy because some people complain about that price now, and I'm like, wow, I was paying that price when I was 18. You know what I mean? So I don't know, whatever. You know, cannabis prices come and go, but
Yeah.
what's the most expensive place I've ever been when it comes to weed? I can't even think. I think it's probably maybe the UK.
What is a gram in the UK?
I don't know about a gram.
Or like an
But
eighth?
eight
Or
probably goes for like
You know, nowadays it's different. It's
100.
been a long time since I've been out there, so I don't know. I just know at one point that I feel like they had I mean, you know, I don't know. Look at how things were out here for a while. The highest price
good
weed,
days.
the highest price weed is right here in LA. I could name a couple delivery services that have it. That should be like thousands of dollars an ounce.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I'll go to some dispensaries and I'll spend like $600 and get a bunch of weed. And in some spots, I'll get like fucking 3-4 8s and be like,
I'm
what
not
is
even talking
going
about the
on?
dispensaries. I'm talking about the, you know, like the small batch wave.
The small batch wave is the
If
one,
you
bro.
can still get
find
it, bro,
though, if you can find
My
it, though,
homie-
that's the one.
My homies still get it. Right now, I could be like 11, 12, something, and then
what?
for just like some ends, and then there'll be some stuff for like 25,
3, 4.
You guys
It'll
are talking
be there,
about
bro.
pack prices. I'm talking
What
about
are you
there's
talking
dudes
about?
out here with the Myron jars that are charging like
yeah.
$2,000 a zip.
My homie bought one.
$2,000 a zip?
Yeah,
What's in there, bro?
don't ask me.
Oh my God. $2,000 zip. Like, okay.
I'm not condoning that. That's
No, you
what
get the
it's-
number, you get the
I'm
number.
not condoning that that's what it should be worth. I'm saying that we were just speaking on the prices of. I was trying to recall because we were speaking on these worldly
Yeah.
weed prices.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of like everywhere I've been in the world where it seemed to have the highest value. You know what I'm saying? And it just came back to me that people are paying $1,600 an ounce here in LA, and I feel like that's probably the highest number in probably the whole world. You know what I mean?
A couple of people walked up to me in events and goes, I spent $1,300 for this ounce at these events.
That part, you know
That
what I'm
one.
saying? That part, that one,
And-
that guy has
That
the
guy
most
is the one.
expensive weed in the world. That's the most expensive shit in the world.
I mean,
right
it's
there.
worth what you're willing to pay.
It was at
for
the
it.
hash
If
hole event.
somebody's willing to pay for it, then that's what it's worth. Just like you said, am I
Yeah.
willing to pay for that price? Probably not. But you know, it's like, you know, it's
Somebody
whatever.
will,
It's
and
not
that's
for
the
me.
market.
It's not for me. You know.
I like to smoke. If I can just get really good quality, and just
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's lit is every brand. I want to say another thing. This is just switching up the subject. Is the color come from? What's the inspiration? Is because like okay, every brand I feel like in the space like you know Wizard Trees is purple, Alien Labs is like lime green, Cookies is blue, Shervinsky's is orange.
right.
You guys got this signature red, like you know what do you call this? Is that like a burgundy? Would
It
you
is
call
a
this
burgundy. On point.
Okay. So you have this burgundy color that you've locked in. I fuck with that. That's pretty cool. Because I used to always say, you know, you got to push the colorway so hard that until you
Yeah.
could just one day put out a package that just only has that colorway on
And
it.
people see it
and
and
they'll
they know
still
it.
know it's you.
I noticed your brand is black and white. And that's how I notice it. And then I see the fonts, it's like they're bubbly, right? So it really pops out to me. And every time I see your packaging, I'm like, before I can even...
I see you playing around with your packaging lately though, with the floral look. There's the different colors in the bags.
We
It's just
try some
artistic.
things. We try a couple things, but I'm not glued to anything.
Right. Yeah. We've been like that for our brand. I'm like,
I mean, eventually I'm going to go a certain way with it, and I know that, and I'm just kind of like letting the creative juices flow right now until we lock down a real cohesive style. You know, like eventually
Yeah.
it's going to be real simple and cohesive.
like
and-
streamlined.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I personally love the look of super clean and not too busy.
Correct,
But you
yeah.
know, the market wants things to look a certain way. So, you know, we also, like you said, we are all creatives. So I feel like, you know, I do have creative things I like doing and shit. And so like some of the new packaging, I'm really fucking with it. But you know, eventually I feel like we're probably going to go to a real, like you said, streamlined design.
Yeah, because I tried that. We had we launched our iconic cartridge, and the colorway comes. We have a navy blue, a cream, like a two-tone.
Yours
like,
is really fire. You have a really good look.
and then when we see all the stuff going on with the bags and the colors and the flavors, and you want to get towards that way, but then you know you get kind of distracting. And you gotta
Sometimes
come
it's better
back.
to just do your own thing, you know?
Yeah.
I never really jumped on a lot of that shit, that stuff, and you know, like, you know, my branding has been, you know, you could say like it's been very basic. I haven't ever really pushed in that direction too much, but you know, whatever. Like this, as for everybody has their own lane. Like,
Yeah.
I've always tried to put all my energy into plant related work. You know what I'm saying?
What's inside the
What's
bag?
inside the
Yeah,
bag?
and most recently, like just like the genetic development that we're doing. That's, you know, I've been.
I know that's not easy. It's like
Walk the process of genetics it goes, because you know there's a lot of strains out there, and there's a lot of people that pop up new names, all that, but
Right.
real behind the scenes,
Well,
the genetic
I mean,
way.
what me and my partner Rusty do is that, you know, we take either these female clone onlys, kind of like stuff, the cultivars that we all work with, you know.
Yeah.
You can name some of the ones we work with, like Permanent Marker, Giraffe Pussy, you know, shit like that.
Good
And
one. The Viscotti was cool.
we basically, and I could show you more in my phone, but you know, it's the same kind of work you guys are doing. It's just creative work of taking, you know, a lineup of receivers and then, you know, getting a donor, either pollen from a clone only, which would be reversal pollen, which then creates feminized seeds, or from one of our males.
what reversal pollen?
Okay, so basically, to run it down is like if you have a female, like if I have a clone, like let's just say one of my strains I'm running right now, like this is Z, right?
Okay.
Z doesn't really reverse well, so you know the breeders and it has reversed. So I'm going to use a legitimate example.
Cool.
So I could take this Z cut, and we can, you know, make it reverse and create male parts, which is like the process is you use like a colloidal silver spray, CTS, STS spray, whatever. There's different ways of doing
Yeah.
things, you know. Spray it instead of flowering out, instead of creating the regular flower, it's going to create male parts.
Wow.
You can then collect that pollen, and then that pollen's feminized pollen. Now
Okay.
that pollen's feminized pollen because the clone that you started with, you actually reversed that clone, and the pollen that's created is feminized.
Yeah.
So basically, when you use that pollen to pollinate a donor, so say we have this Skittles pollen that we created, we're going to hit it to Permanent Marker. So you take a permanent marker, flower it out to a certain point in flower, and then you pollinate it with the pollen from the reversal pollen from the Z.
pistol.
Well, now all the seeds that will be created are going to be the new cross of Skittles crossed to Permanent Marker. However, they're going to be feminized seeds because you started with a female, reversed it to grow
Yep.
the male parts, and then pollinated the donor. On the contrary, if you take like a male, like if we're working with males and you take male pollen, like it wouldn't be Skittles because it can't be actually a strain that we know. It would
Okay.
be, let's say like for instance, I have a male of a ZBX2, it's a Skittles BX2, and I have a male of that. And so the last project we did, we took that male and we pollinated all of our receivers, which was like Giraffe Pussy, Peachtree, Permanent Marker,
All the females.
Kamikaze,
Yeah.
yeah, all our shit. So we then take the male pollen and we pollinate all of these receivers, and the receivers then come with the seeds of the new cross, but those seeds aren't feminized. Those seeds will then grow males
Like
as well.
50-50.
So 60-40, 50-50,
Yeah.
pretty much. So in that stock, you can then grow out a male and continue to breed with the lines.
Right.
You
right.
understand what I mean?
Most people just kill it. but-
Additionally to that, when you breed with males, you're pulling from recessive generations, and you're going to pull like a much broader spectrum of variation.
Right.
If you have just like feminized genetics, like it is a place for both. And I'll give you an example right now. Is like if you just have the Skittles and the perm, like the original example that we gave, when you reverse this Skittles and you pollinate the perm, since they're both female, from what I understand, it pretty much the chromosomes are pretty locked in, and you don't really go like super far outside of the spectrum of like those two
XX.
parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're basically, if you a feminized cross of Skittles to permanent marker, more than likely you're going to get a really good even blend of permanent marker to Skittles type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you now take a ZBX2 male and you pollinate a giraffe pussy, you're not going to just pull, like, it's not the same as if we took a ZBX2 female phenotype that we're flowering out, reverse that, and take that to the giraffe pussy, then we're just locking in the traits from that certain female.
Yeah, okay.
But the ZBX2 male is going to bring recessive traits, maybe from its grandma, from its grandpa.
Right.
You might
Lineage.
pull, like a lot of the ZBXs in our male pollination seem to like bring out like grapefruit type traits, like shit from the Z that you're like.
So basically, you're gonna get more variations going with the male route.
100%,
because you're
that
gonna
part.
one's gonna lean like 90-80% to be the male and random traits.
And sometimes
yeah.
you want that variation, MJ, and then sometimes you want shit to be pretty much within the, you know what I mean? You want a good blend. So
Right.
it's like a lot of times we select to get the right variations, and then we might feminize those and reverse them back. You know what I mean?
It's easy. It's like you go around. Yeah, here you go. You go around and pick. In an example, you go around picking people that are gonna be okay. That's a successful person. That's a successful person, and we're gonna breed them together because you know the outcome's probably ain't gonna be like that. Like if you take two athletic people, not considering a boy or a girl, but you're gonna know the traits are like that.
For sure.
Versus finding an average person with the regular person and coming out with maybe they get the athletic ability, maybe they don't. So
to run through the
It's just genetics,
kind of
yeah.
shit. So basically, like we some of the shit we do feminized purposely so that we can lock in certain traits. Sometimes we'll pollinate the stuff that we select from that with male pollen so that we can bring in different variation. Sometimes we'll find certain traits that we want to enhance, and we'll tease those traits and select those traits real heavily over the next 2 generations to amplify
Man, that's a
the
broad-
effects.
that's a
And
broad range.
It's just like it's just like overall, you know, it's
You know how hard it is for somebody to find that strain that you picked at that point?
yeah, at this point, like I don't even like, you know how back in the day people would be like, oh, they don't want to tell you the cross because it's a secret. Like there's no secrets to what we're doing. You know, if you can go create that, that's fine. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come on here and be like, no one can do what we're doing. Like everyone can do anything, but I mean, we're generations deep into what we've been doing right now.
Right.
And at that point, like basically even the stuff that we're reversing is stuff that we have genetic ownership over. It's not just like we're not pollen chucking people's cuts at this point. You know, I'm not, you know, means to an end. We've had to do things to get certain cuts selected in the first place. But at this point, we have a really cool foundation, and we're able to take from our foundation and either feminize those you know, proprietary genetics, or else hit that shit with other pollen that we make from our breeding males.
Essentially, you got yourself a royal family right now,
Yeah,
and you're
bro.
just
You know,
you're just
Breeding
breeding
a
them
royal,
together
yeah.
and just building it
People
up.
are just
And
getting
that's
a
what-
bag. They don't
honestly,
understand what's in the
essentially it,
bag.
bro.
That's what I put most of my energy into in the last two years. But it's really starting to come
Yeah.
to play right now. Like for instance, this week I pheno hunted 250 different. Well, it was originally 250 seedlings. I think that we didn't have that many phenos to
Sheesh.
go through, but it was 10 different varieties. That was in Sacramento. Today I got all those varieties I showed you guys from Florida. This is one of them right here. Tomorrow I'm meeting with Surefire to look at some of the more varieties. So it's like at this point I got phenos coming back pretty much weekly, and then you know we scoop up the ones we want. We continue to breed with them. We put them on the menu for Doja. We sell clones. We make seeds, sell seeds. So it's like, you know, that's kind of my hustle right now.
Bro, it's super inspiring that you fell in love with what you do and can bring such a light into the brand. I didn't really understand that you went through that. You know what I mean? I thought like from the outside in looking, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, he's just like having
He's out here selecting
Rusty
genetics,
just grow.
basically,
You know
on
what I
that.
mean?
Well,
okay,
I
this
mean,
is good.
to
This
be
is
real with you,
good.
this is all, you know, this accumulation of what I'm saying has been in the last few years. You know, I initially was somebody like, for instance, RS11. I didn't have any hands on the actual pollination cycles of that. You know, that was with, you know, Deep East in Oakland, and then Wizard Trees, and, you know, a couple of the friends, Rasp and them got the seeds out here. And they popped the seeds. I just was able to make a recommendation, like this is something that's highly marketable. That's basically
Right.
all I was saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so even though a lot of the credit came to me for certain earlier strains that we worked with, because I was the brand that put them out, you know, I never like got in my head like, oh yeah, I made that. Like I always knew what it
Gotcha.
was. You know what I mean? And so,
But it
you know,
inspired you to go
it kind
deeper
of made.
into it.
I
Yeah.
felt that like it was like at some point, like, yeah, we rolled some shit out and we like this and stuff, but I didn't want to like, you know, be known for some shit that I didn't do type shit. You know what I mean? And you know, I know that we put in a lot of hard work. Our team definitely did its part to roll out a lot of strains, just like Permanent Marker. But and that's when, you know, going back to the pop-up days. But in it had to come to, you know, everything has to evolve, as we said earlier, and it has to come to a point where we're getting notoriety for the stuff that we're making. You know, because if not, then you're just another one.
Yep, and it's not easy getting your strain that you selected, even after all that tough work, for everybody to be like, "Oh, this is
really
the one."
Hard to find notoriety, notable, you know, fucking legendary shit. Shout out to Jay Beezy and, you know, Fire Farmer and the guys that I've worked with prior to me, and, you know, Rusty, Duke of Herb. You know, these guys I work with for, you know, being able to produce shit the way they do. That shit's crazy. It's really hard to find. You know, we go through a lot of stuff, and you want everything to be good, but just the fact is, it's not going to be.
Right.
What are your favorite strains to smoke on? Because I'm more like a gas person, you know what I mean?
Pretty much like so I primarily right now am smoking hardcore OG.
Ooh, that's a really good one, bro.
I fuck with OGs really tough. I'm from the OG era, you know what I mean? I think we all kind of like have some backgrounds in Texas, maybe, but all of us.
I see you from the Fort Worth area.
Yeah, for DFW. I'm not from there, but I lived there for a good portion of my adolescent years. So, you know, there was a lot of OG out there. I was coming to Cali and getting the right ones, but, you know, yeah, the OG era was kind of like when I jumped in the game kind of thing. So it was like I've always been real partial to OG. I still smoke OG as much as I can. If it's good, I'll smoke it pretty much nonstop. Gelinade is another one that's like one I can smoke single varietal all day. I can smoke Gelinade all day and never get tired of it.
That's your mom spaghetti.
Batch. Yeah, if it's the right batch. So, you know what I'm saying? So just I like headier stuff, not really. I mean, this I QC a lot too, so what you're speaking on right now, what is my favorite is a lot of times is more or less like, you know, that's what I want to smoke. You know, I'm QCing constantly, so a lot of the stuff that I'm QCing or tasting phenotypes, you know, that's not what I'm choosing to smoke, right? You know, like if I'm choosing just like, okay, I'm gonna go on vacation,
right?
I'm gonna take like OG or Gelinade, you know,
okay,
some shit like that.
But when you're QCing, you have to go through all the QC, everything.
Gotta go through. No, there's different types of weed for different types of like times. Because I'll be out here smoking, and everybody gets so high it just gets done. And then they'll smoke like I call it pool party weed.
Right.
So you go smoke around, everyone's chilling, whatever, and then it just tastes good. Everyone's cool.
You'll be surprised. That first thing, wake up in the morning, the first blunt I smoke is OG.
Yeah, me too. I don't smoke blunts, but I like to smoke OG first thing. I smoke Peachtree a lot too, just because it's so
what is that?
Racy,
I tried.
Racy and up. It's such an upper. It's one of the ones from us. It's a Gelinade P41, and it's very uppy. So like some days I'll like really fuck with that like racy high, and I'll just like smoke it all day and then not smoke anything else, just so I don't fuck up my vibe, you know.
If you guys don't know where we're at right now, we're at our new Silver Lake dispensary. It's gonna be the flagship store for us, and we had to bring Ryan in to come bless his spot up with some. He's QCing right now in the spot of the stuff that you're gonna buy in the store when it opens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
this is good. We did this with Juan too. We smoked in the store before they opened.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, that's
on
legendary.
a podcast.
That's legendary. That's
Yes.
cool.
So you know, it's like this is, you know, pretty much the norm for me. I can come through and smoke on a podcast in your new store before you open it. Like that. We can
Kurt that a thing. You know what I mean? Make that a thing.
Locked in. We blessed it.
Put that in the air for sure.
Put a lot of good energy in the air. You know.
Everybody knows we're not gonna be able to smoke in here in a couple of weeks. So
yeah, once the license moves in, you can't do
couple
nothing.
weeks in, guys. You gotta be 100 feet away or something like that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
But it's gonna be a good drop.
Do you know what that sound keeps beeping right there?
No, I don't know.
I believe that's just a
I thought
sensor.
that was you guys.
No, that's just a sensor. It just beeps.
It's not really picking it up, but it's like it's like a smoke alarm in the house.
Trust me. Keep it, because I got a cool drop. Keep it.
That shit is. That
It might be
shit.
like lightly picking it up. I don't know how to turn it off.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I want them to notice
No,
the beep.
there's something
I want
that
them
we're
to
doing.
notice the beep.
What
It's fine.
Okay, because
It's organic. It's dropping.
Something organic we're coming out with.
We just be creating.
It's sick.
What, this beeping is organic?
No.
We created something from the
Okay.
beeping. We created something for the
We
beeping.
created something based off the beep. It has nothing to do with this beep.
These guys do the most, I swear. They've
You gotta be on it, bro.
planned for every scenario possible.
Bro, this
You
one's
gotta
gonna be
innovate, bro.
ridiculous.
You gotta look at everyday things and be like, how do I find a solution? How I can find the light side of it?
There could be like a rabid dog running here right now, and you'd already have like the plan. You'd be like,
I give it a
execute.
name.
you'd be like, pull the rabies vaccination.
something. You know,
I got a backup in the back of my car.
you don't believe in intrusive thoughts? I let my intrusive thoughts fly, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I have fun with it though. Life is
Yeah,
short, bro.
It is. It's long and short. You know, we need to live long, but life can be short. But I feel like we're all gonna live really long, man. That's how I feel.
Smoking the good ganja. We'll probably
No,
had a
health
couple years,
is
I
one of
believe
those
it.
things too. Like health is very important. You know how you take care of your body. You've been on that wave too, man.
Yeah, man.
I want to bring.
just
in,
started.
I want to bring in what's it called? Greatness is in your daily schedule. People don't
That's
realize
very
this,
true.
right?
Very true.
With us being so busy, like we understand, you know what I mean? How do you balance like every single thing in your daily schedule? How do you keep it balanced? Like, how does your daily schedule look like?
Wait, before you say
scared.
that, how was that one?
How was the joint?
Yeah.
It was cool. You know what it is? I'm real weird about my papers too, and I don't have a pack of papers on me that I like right now. So I'm smoking some papers that I'm not really fucking with. So my joints aren't as enjoyable as they could be.
That's
it's not the
true. It
weed, it's
happens.
the papers. I know that sounds funny.
Connoisseur shit.
Somebody's
you know?
gonna laugh about that, but it's I know that because I'm smoking the same weed out all day, and then it's like, you know, I
No, the paper
left my
taste
elements-
affects it
I left
big
my
time.
fresh elements at the spot, and I just had some older ones on me.
Wait,
and I was just like,
elements or OCB?
I usually roll with elements or smoking blues, but I'm trying to, you know, real shit. Everybody kind of knows this already, so it's not like a secret that I've been developing my own papers. I've gone through multiple
Makes
rounds
sense.
of prototypes already, and I haven't found anything that I like yet. As far as like, but we have been playing with different GSM weights, you know, paper, the weight of the paper, and different amounts of the application of the gum and shit to find. I'm gonna get a paper right, because like that, like you said, it's like it sucks when we're talking about like, was that good? And I'm like, it was alright, but that weed's really good. So weed itself is
right.
amazing. The paper that was smoked in.
Joints is the best way to roll, but yeah, like
It is, but the papers can get very affected by the natural elements. You know what I mean?
right.
That's
The-
insane.
the
You can
elements-
insane weed to somebody.
You
and
gotta
they're gonna
roll.
smoke
You
it the
gotta
dumbest
basically
way
like
ever.
roll
Facts,
with air
bro.
or something.
That ruined the whole concept of enjoying the weed, huh?
Nah, sometimes like I'll go somewhere like and I'll have my weed and then I roll with someone else's papers and I'm like, yo, look how this shit's burning. It'd be all canoeing and, you know, maybe burning real gray or black.
Yeah,
and it's
they
like I know
drop
it's just
cigarette
because
papers at the juice.
because the papers themselves, even like the good papers that I usually use, they can still dry out and stuff, which is one of the reasons we're gonna take some preliminary cautionary measures to try to keep papers more fresh.
I didn't know papers dried out.
Hella, bro.
Man, I
Hella.
just have papers lying around everywhere and just
Like, you know
Pull
how
on
like
like
How do papers dry out? It's
you
like a
know
piece
how
of
like
paper.
real blunt smokers would be going through
That
packs
goes-
of, you know how
yeah.
they'll go through packs of woods and they'll be like, I don't like this one, I don't like that one. That's how I am with the papers.
can feel that shit. You
I'll
can
be
feel the
running
pack and
through a
everything.
pack of papers like, oh shit, I don't like this
I
paper.
do
don't
I
like
do
this
always
paper.
pull the first one because I feel like it's
Yeah, I
stale and
always
it has
pull
that.
out the first ones,
Yeah.
and then if it has any creases in it, I don't fuck with that.
That's
once
just
it
natural
starts, once it
habit,
starts
maybe.
curling, I don't fuck with that. Once I can see that it's like getting close to the end of the pack, I start feeling like they're not like I go through about a pack of papers a day, and I don't smoke 30 joints a day.
Right,
you know?
right.
You're choosing the
That's
best
true.
packs,
Yeah,
the
just
best
using
papers.
the best
Yeah.
papers. Kinda
Yeah, because the
thing.
first two are like moist. If I'm in my pocket, I gotta pull those.
It's such a crazy difference too. Like once you get really dialed in where you're used to that, like I'll leave my house in the middle of the night to go get some papers if I got to. Like we'll have papers and I'll just be like, man, like my girl will just be like, yeah, it's burning like shit. And I'll go to the store, come back, and then roll it again, and it'll just be like the smoke's pouring off it. And you know, it's like it just comes down to smokability, man. You know, that's what these
Even
are
the-
things that I play around at the house with. Like I have a humidor that I put pre-rolled joints in. I have Bovita packs with C-Vaults that I'm like putting papers in empty with no joints, trying to see, okay, well, damn, 68's a little bit too, or, you know, 62's a little bit too wet. Like I tried to put them in the 62, but I feel like it was too wet. It started to, you could notice that the paper wasn't burning. It was kind of restricted burn. The gum was starting to run a little bit. So I feel like that was a little bit too moist. So I
Wow.
play around with the 58 a little bit %, you know, but
There's a whole
there's
science to
a
this,
way to
bro.
get like where just like cigar smokers have, there's got to be a way.
It's that cherry.
You know,
the way
like
it
just to
burns
even
and
be
everything.
transparent. This is some shit I work on, and like maybe this is a good idea. Maybe somebody will beat me to it, but something that needs to be done is somebody needs to make like a joint or blunt cure box.
Okay.
Like something that's held at a certain moisture humidity level, maybe either through a natural wood that doesn't impart any taste or anything, but it's something that you can put your shit in for not long, but just like, maybe like 3 hours, and it just like evens out the paper moisture with the weed moisture, and everything burns.
So it's back to like normal when
So
they first
like
cut it and
uniform, it
everything's
becomes
ready.
one,
Uniform,
basically.
yeah, where it all burns at the same.
Right.
Because the papers are at a different moisture level than the weed, and you know what I'm saying?
I think, bro, because they look, if you can do it, because weed's natural, papers are natural. They do this with food where they'll cure it for a couple of days and come
Type
back
shit.
and it'll just like hold itself. Because
And maybe it doesn't even
natural
need to be a
fibers or
couple
whatever.
days, but maybe it just needs to come together and kind of like homogenize,
Man, that
like you
would
just
be
said. Like
crazy.
it's all like it's like that way.
Yeah, that would be
everything's-
good.
So that's the kind of shit I'd be on, shit like that.
How do you like rolling your joints? Like, 'cause some people like rolling.
I like just doing normal cardboard tips. I don't like glass tips.
I use anything, bro. I'll go savage sometimes. I'd use the back of valet's receipts or some shit.
Yeah, I seen you, bro. They be cutting
Bro.
the office of random shit. I'm like, bro,
I just
use
be cutting
it as
up
a filter.
random shit for
You can
filters,
use
bro.
anything.
Use anything, bro.
You can
Clutch.
use anything.
Hey, back to the question. When I asked you, I was like, how do you keep your like? You have such a busy schedule. What's
The
your
wellness,
daily
bro,
routine
the
like?
mindset.
Because it's your
I try to like
Greatness in your routine,
try to protect my time really heavily at this point, man. Like I feel like being, and you guys definitely understand this, being in like our position, it can be to where you literally have to protect. You have to learn to protect your time, or else people are going to pull you in directions that might not necessarily be in alignment with your agenda.
Yeah.
And what your goals are.
A lot of distractions.
And
will
so
go off.
yeah, there's a lot of distractions, and it's just people that they don't mean bad.
Sure.
They have good intentions, but it's like they're just like it's just doing too. And not only that, the brain is you probably do better than this with me because you have a lot of energy and stuff. But like I feel like we're only really like built to deal with a certain amount of people. There's been studies like, oh, the human can only handle this many 120 relationships. I'm like, yo, I fucking talk to 1,000 people easily.
Yeah.
Like, there's more than 120, but
Of
I'm saying
course.
like, there's different there's a certain level of like where you get capped out, and it gets to be like I've pushed myself to limits where I was dealing with so many people that I just shut down on certain people and just stopped responding, and that's out of my character to be that way. So after a while, I analyzed
get desensitized
it.
to
I
people
kind
in a
of
sense.
there's people right now that are probably going to see this and be like, oh, that's why he didn't hit me back, and it was never anything personal. It's just it gets to the point where it's like, if I'm hitting everybody back, I'm not doing what the fuck I need to do. And I often like, get kind of sucked into or agree to like collabs that I maybe aren't necessarily good for me at the time. And I've like had to like, learn to just say no, man. You gotta say no a lot. That's one of the things. It kind of makes you.
It protects your energy. It makes you better.
Protecting your energy is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I swear, like that's the biggest thing that I've learned over the years is that. It's just like who you talk to, who you're around, what you talk about, all that. That's your energy.
No, it's in your surroundings. If you're talking about people have different words for a manifestation or this and that. But if you're around those certain things and your environment is you're talking about the things that are on your visual or the way you want to go and everything, that's good. But the moment it comes around where it throws you off your grid. It takes you days to recover from that.
There's high energy subjects and low energy subjects.
It takes you a while to get back on, and because you don't notice,
you don't want to break your momentum.
Your daily thing, you're like, oh, I forgot to work out one day, and then 2 days, but you don't realize how it domino affects the next few days of how you operate, how you talk, what opportunities. Because any given moment, different opportunities rise.
Yep.
And that's on anything. So you want to be at your best at every given moment.
So you can seize all that shit.
So you can seize every single time. Yeah. Because time is the most valuable thing. You can have the most anything ever, but
and that's something that I value.
Time is the most
value my
valuable
time.
absolute thing.
I value my time more than like a lot. So like it's funny that we say that because there was points in my life when I was down to work consistently all the time, and just get money and not really worried about like personal time and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm just that's not really like I work a lot now, but I've structured my life where I value like certain things about my time, like freedom of my own schedule. You know what I mean? Like I like to run my own schedule. I don't want to be pulled in like different directions. So
That's what financial.
you kind of got to decide what you want to do in life. You know, there's you know, we can all make more money if we want to. You know, and it just gets to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm good with like what I'm doing, and this is what I'm comfortable with. And you know, I don't believe in getting comfortable. Like I think you should never get complacent.
Yeah,
You should always push, but you also have to learn there's a maintenance hustle too. You know, there's the come up and then there's the maintenance hustle.
bro. If you're pushing that,
You
car,
gotta have the endurance
If you're,
in
no,
life,
but if you're pushing
too.
that car, you're not servicing
You know,
it. Basically,
I'm 41
you're not,
years
you know?
old this year.
Yeah.
Man. How long, you know, like at the end of the day, no one ever thought we were going to be doing this shit this long. So now I'm thinking today, I was telling Manoj today, he was like, you know, he's always acting
Shout out
like I'm
Manoj.
about to retire. Shout out Manoj, man. Big dog. But, you know, I told him today, I got like another 20 years of this shit minimum left in me. Like, I'm trying to do this another 20 years. I got
Love what you
a
do.
lot of weed, you know, a weed life left, you know, cannabis goals left in me. It's weird to say this. Like, a lot of people look at us like or at me, like, so like I made it. But to me,
Right.
I haven't even started yet.
Bro, it's an everyday thing.
You get what
bro.
I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, I look at people are like, congratulations. I'm like, for what, bro?
I'm like, bro, I'm over here like the people tell me every day, bro, like, bro, Big Chief, this and I'm over here inside, like
But
I'm
you know,
struggling, I'm like
looking at-
hanging on by a
you
thread.
get what I'm saying? And,
yeah,
and
I'm
I
like,
look at it
bro.
from the outside in, and it's like everybody, all they see is like the way it looks. And the thing is that building a brand is hard, bro. This takes a lot of time, a lot of money. Like me and you, all of us right now. This is what's funny is we could probably all have a lot more money right now if we just chose to just trap and not have brands.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, all
People, a
day.
lot of dudes that don't have brands, they don't get that. They look at it like we can be like making more money because we have. I mean, yeah, you can make more money because you have a brand too, but it also gets to a point where you can't just rely on that brand to produce. You know, you can't lean back on that.
No,
you got to let that shit sell organically, and at that point, it's like, you know, it takes a lot of money to do that kind of thing, bro. To get to that point, like you got to put out a lot, you got to fuck up a lot, you got to learn how to do things the right way. You got, you know what I'm saying? You
There's
gotta
fires
innovate.
every day you got to put out. There's
Right.
You know what the
every single
program
day.
is then? Because we always say no one's bigger than the program. That's what balances everyone's daily life. If you look at it in this room, when there's no one's bigger than the program, right? And you have to stick to the program. You keep doing those things, right? You spend those time doing those things, and the program is, at the end of the day, cannabis is going to be everywhere, right? And those companies are going to come knocking. You know what I mean? And coming on the door, and what you want to create has to be such a legacy that it keeps going on, not just while you're here, but after even you pass it. It's
Facts.
just something that carries on. And that's what every day, it's like waking up every day morning, like
Yeah.
in the morning, it's like, okay, this is what I have to do. And everyone around me, this I control it. We give them a rope. Either you build, or you know what I mean? So that's how you really do it with your time. You always give people the rope.
But you know, to get more specific though, I'm real big on schedule right now. I don't really like veer outside of my schedule. Like I had a strict schedule today. I was here at 5:02. Told you I'll be here at 5. Like,
On point, actually.
I'm trying to be on every minute. Like if I'm running late, I'm not happy about it. I try not to, you know, have a lot of days where I'm super busy, like today where I'm moving around all day. You know, I like to have a lot of creative time that I schedule for myself and stuff, time blocks to work on certain projects because I'm running like, you know, 4 different companies right now. But yeah, man, you know, you just got to really, I think the best thing you can do that I would tell the younger cats that, and I feel like, you know, a lot of younger cats are already on it, but you just have to really learn how to structure your time, man. Be consistent with what you're doing. Like, if just do this, learn to do the same thing every day at the same time. If you can do that, then you're doing something. And then start to make that doing the same thing at the same time every day, make that start to win for you. You know, like structuring things that will help you win, little things. Like, for instance, like when back in the day, I don't even do this one anymore, but just like back in the day, I used to be like, okay, every day before I get in the shower, I'm gonna do push-ups real quick. You know what I mean? I'm gonna max out on push-ups.
Yep.
You know, like I'm gonna always pray in the shower every day so I can make sure I know I prayed every day. You know, shit like that. You just gotta
Good
set up.
habits.
It's like
good
systems.
habits.
It's systems. You gotta
Yeah.
set up systems. And when you set up systems, like for instance, like with me, I have like, you know, I wake up, it's like, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to make this Twitter post. I'm going to do this. I'm going to write this article. I'm going to check my emails. I'm going to call, you know, I just have like a system that I do. And if you have the system set up to hit everything that you need to hit, then you'll be more effective, and then you just
that's
got to
a very-
learn how to be more effective. Like at the
a
end of the
big-
day, I'm
that's a
not
big
trying to be
key.
known.
Too, and
I
it
do
stretches
MMA a
on.
couple times a week.
That- see,
you know what I
that-
mean? Like you got to.
That's endurance.
And you
I
know
just did
what?
that this morning. I did, and shout out to Leandro Gomez. I got I train with a person, a UFC fighter, man, every one-on-one, like twice a week. So that's
That-
my guy, bro. Like right now, I'm at once a week, but we get back to twice a week soon.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's,
the
all.
goal.
And people don't.
Consistency.
Yeah, no.
Consistency is everything.
No,
So
it's,
once a
bro, it
week's
can
better
be.
than
No, here's the
none-
thing. It can
none
be
a week.
fun because most people don't realize your brain is lazy. The smarter you are, and the more efficient, and you make your whole life. Your brain's so lazy, you're on autopilot.
You're on autopilot.
You're literally
So
walking
set
around.
this shit up to where you just
imagine
win.
the next time
Yeah.
you take a drive home, don't look at your GPS and try to get home. You're gonna be like, "Where the fuck am I? When did they open this?" Because your brain's when you wake up in the morning and do these movements and everything, your brain is in a fight or flight response. It's like if I don't move correctly, if I don't use these muscles, I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah.
So your brain wakes
You
up.
don't use
So
it, you
now
don't
the
lose it.
rest of your entire day, your brain's awake. Now your brain's like, all right, what do we do next? It has energy. Now when you do stuff efficient, now when you go in the office, you're not sitting in the office for 6 hours just bullshitting around. You're in there for 2 hours. You get this, and this done. You get this meeting done. You're on to the next.
Right.
You go lift, go do this thing. You're more
There's a
efficient in
reason
your
why
life.
everybody that's successful, most of the people that I know at a high level of success, are on top of their fitness.
You have to be, bro.
It kind of goes. It's a cornerstone.
It's
I
the
feel
glue.
like
It's
diet
the glue
and
to
fitness
success.
is a cornerstone of success.
He's not saying to the people that spend 3 hours at the gym every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with that being said, you got to protect your time too, and
course.
it's all about being effective with what you do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in my 40s now, man. So I try to look at things like, I told myself when I like one of the things going into that birthday, like, last June, I was like, when going into my 40s, I was like, this is a couple things I want to do differently, and I had like a little list, and
Right.
it was like, I just felt like I needed to approach, I was very like, I feel like you got to have a good schedule, but at the same time, you also got to be able to stick and move and freestyle when you need to. And there was points when I was moving all over the world, kind of, didn't really like have a lot of rhythm where I was going, oh shit, we
Yeah.
got to go to Berlin next. All right, bet. Let me call the dude. All right, we're going to be in Berlin this week,
Yeah.
So it was like, I think that you got to be able to know how to stick and move and be able to get back. But
You gotta be able to be
ultimately,
adaptable.
all the moving around that I was doing and stuff, it was taking from my quality of life. And now that I'm like locked in on my routine, and I'm just
It just makes
I'm
you
way
feel like
happier.
yeah.
I feel way better about my business. Even though it doesn't, it's crazy because when I'm on the road doing all that, it looks bigger. But right now I'm doing more numbers. And it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense because it's like sometimes I start to weigh it out and I'm like, so what are we really doing being on, at my there's a point you got to build to a point, but then it's like you got to get to a point where you got to nurture shit. And it was like I just started to notice that I was putting all my time into moving around, and there was a lot of social media stuff I was doing, a lot of events I was doing, and all
Right,
that shit
right.
was just exhausting.
It was
bro.
cool, but it didn't really make sense.
And it was means to an end. Yeah, it didn't make sense anymore.
You're
you know
pouring
what I
from
mean?
an empty
Yeah.
cup at that point.
You have to,
No,
you
'cause
have
you
to
gotta-
max
ju-
it out, and then you have to
it's-
know when to stop. One
This is
thing
your
that's
baby. You got to be
important-
able to grow, and as it grows,
With your energy.
you got to treat it differently. You got to be just like how you're nurturing your kids and
It's a
everything.
different. It's a 3-year-old is different than an 8-year-old.
right. And at this point, now you're doing this,
And there's a
you're
time and a
seeing
season for everything, and it's
Yes.
very important. Like people don't
Time
a
and
lot-
season
a lot-
for
It's
everything.
just like gambling. Like I don't know, shout out to my craps players out there and shit. I'm not great, but we can go to the table.
No, bro, I'm
But,
cool. I'm cool with the dice roll.
Okay, so let's go. Yeah, we'll
Let's
see each
go.
other next time at the big
We'll see y'all at MJ
BizCon.
BizCon.
But so basically, what I was gonna say is just like same thing with gambling, man. It's important to know when to walk away from something.
Right.
And I've always tried to walk away on a high tip. For instance, the last event we ever did on Hollywood Boulevard was our biggest event ever on Hollywood Boulevard.
That's
I'm
dope.
like, okay, we broke 300 people tonight. Boom, we're done.
That's
Never
cool.
again. You know what I'm saying?
Legacy. I was like, cool.
And
I'm
then-
glad I was
and
there.
then-
I hit that
and then-
legendary
we did
moment.
that.
And then we had the one on the Vine,
Yeah.
Vine with the theater. We had the
That was a cool
we had the
one.
billboard
That
one.
was a
We
cool
had
one.
that shit
The
popped
billboard
off,
was nice, bro.
We did a couple of those. Those were cool, and it's just like
for me, that was super epic. Letting you
I was
know
like,
that was
bro,
super
we
epic
were
for me to
standing there-
watch you do that on the rooftop
Yeah.
with your billboard across. I was telling
No,
you,
because he posted. I was like, bro, that's
epic.
a dope design. Like if a designer put that up, and I pull up there, I'm like, that's a real billboard right here.
And then
It was
and
cool.
I guess what I'm saying is like when you got to stop on that high note, so that's why we kind of just we always try to end on a high note, and it's very important. Just like in everything you do, you got to end on a high note. So you know, I haven't been doing the events anymore. I haven't really been, you know, I'm still going to be at Spanibus, obviously, to support our store. And, you know, I still got seeds to sell and stuff.
How's Doja BCN?
Yeah, man. You know, it's great. It's still going on. We a little over a year open now.
That's cool.
So, you know, we opened on November 18th, 2023, 4.
Yeah, I had the homie AJ go out there last year.
2023.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
I'm an old man now,
20,
bro.
bro, the
We
years
opened
are
in
passing
23.
by.
Bro, they're like
the other
flying
day,
like
the other day
months
they're
now.
like, oh yeah,
It's crazy.
2018,
They're flying like
2018.
Yo,
I'm like, bro, that was
how old
7
are you
years
now?
ago.
I'm 28, about to be 29.
Think about it. So
Yeah.
you're in your 30s then.
I'm 29.
You guys are this. You guys are this.
1 year apart.
Okay, but okay. Hey, you say about to be 29.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, is there ever a point when you guys are the same age?
No. No, because I'm 1 year older than him.
But a little bit more than
He's
But 1
February,
year,
I'm
1
March.
month.
Yeah, see, it's not like okay,
Nah, it's not.
like
Nah,
11
yeah,
months or
it's
something.
yeah. We're
That's
not
crazy.
12 or
He'll
less.
be like
we're
2
at
years
13.
older than me for like 10 days.
Right.
Yeah.
12 days.
I get you, I get you.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I guess what I'm gonna say is that the more years you experience, the faster it goes. And should be so fast now, it's crazy, bro. Like I it's like, you know what I mean? It just seems
No,
like it was,
for sure, bro. When I first started the brand, I would remember everyone was like, bro, you're so young. I was like 23.
We're like,
24.
bro, how
I
old
was
are you?
just
We're
like,
not
yo,
young.
I didn't know
you
what
started
the fuck
like
I was doing.
2013, right? Back in the
No,
gap,
the brand
right?
was established back in 2013 as just like into like apparel and stuff, but it never really took off. But around like 2000, late 2017, 18, I really launched it in like space because we were always just doing our thing, trying. But I was like, man, when people really come in and you know things come in, you have to have something that's solid that is priceless. You can't buy like. I have all these extracting machines and all that, but somebody's gonna come in with so much more money and have that. So it doesn't make. I gotta build something that's legit. And me and my brother since day one, we're like, man, if we ever had our own weed brand,
We do it like this. We do it like this.
that.
You were talking back in the day.
So the name resonated so much that I'm like, man, this is what it is. Because if you look it up, Big Chief is like to inspire. It's like leadership. It's basically what we stood on our whole life to do. Everything. It's how you do one thing. It's how you do everything.
Right.
So that it just stuck with us. But when we launched that, I was like, man, in meetings and people were like sitting there like, oh, who's this kid and stuff. And I'm like 23 years old conducting meetings and shit.
Every
having no
old
idea
people
what
in the room.
fuck doing. Yeah.
They don't know
But-
they might be sharks or orcas.
people underestimate.
I had to
young
learn.
cats,
I had to
man.
learn all these things, and how to conduct yourself when you're out on the streets, and how to talk to people versus when you're in a boardroom in an executive room, and how to carry yourself. It really takes you further, and you learn a lot of things. You learn a lot of what not to do, especially with other people. You got to study people around you, and you really got to focus in and see what makes it successful and apply it. And what not to do, and avoid that. So you miss out on a lot of mistakes because that's what it's about.
But failure leads to success. I know.
Of course, you have to fail multiple times, or you don't experience it. Because if you get it handed to you, you never know if it was luck. You never know what it was. If you build it from the ground up, you can do it 10 times over in any industry and anything you do.
And I know you know about that from you're born in Jersey, right?
I was born in Jersey. Yes,
Stanton,
sir.
Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey, huh?
Yeah.
And then you moved out to Philadelphia, and then pretty much you explored Texas. Went out
He got
to San Jose.
inspired to every state.
What's that area? The Sac area, Sacramento area. Then you came out to LA.
It was a couple other places. I was in OC when I was a kid too. That's where my parents met in St. Loma Linda University.
You're always meant to come back over here.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
I was,
dope.
And I was in Maryland for a while.
But you get to read all these people
Man.
from different areas, and then you can.
What made you travel all these places?
I don't know. My
We've been the
family's
same
kinda
way.
all over the place. Yeah, my dad's family was from California, Oregon, and Texas, and then my mom's family's from PA, Philly,
cool.
and then so it's just been moving around a lot, type shit.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. We had the most random growing up. We came to Texas. We lived in New York, Arkansas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm on that same
Like,
shit.
we were
I've lived
young
in
doing
hella
all this-
states. I've lived
Yeah.
in a lot of states, and I've sold weed in a lot of states. And just like you said, you kind of like I don't have really. I mean, I identify as. I mean, I
I'm a world citizen, man.
I consider myself to be pretty. I'm pretty like multi-coastal. I don't really consider myself. I mean, Cali's my home, and if we're you know, whatever. If it's coming down to pick one place, I'm gonna pick California. But you know, like it's definitely like I take my influence from everywhere that I've been, man. You know.
No, that's how it goes, bro. You got to widen your horizons. People just sit in one place, in one city, or in one environment. It's just like
you got to
limit yourself.
Broaden your perspective.
You're in this world. You get one life, and you get this whole globe. I'm over here trying to go to space one day. I'm like, man, I want to suit myself up. I go fly to Mars. Shout out Elon, man.
Trying to push it, man.
Make it happen.
Where you're from out there, where you guys used to live is out there where they launched them shits at, right?
In Texas?
Man, it was crazy, bro. I went there one time.
We went to NASA when we were
space
young.
station, bro. I snuck into the control board room.
Damn.
I was a kid, bro. I was inspired by all of this stuff, bro.
You almost let some rockets.
We used to go there a lot. All field trips, everything from school. We used to go there all the time to the NASA thing. And we're like, damn, this is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, hey, Texas is such a dope place, bro. Because we're in Texas, right? People like just growing up there. People smoke weed like it's legal, and they smoke all day long.
Yeah, they smoke a lot of weed out there.
Man, Texas, it surprised me, bro. Because growing up, it was like they find a joint,
you get in trouble.
Bad. I was over here. I thought I was getting hooked up. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'll hook you up." I get like 0.9, 1.1. Bro, I'm so blessed, bro. Now I don't even have to look at how much weed I put in a joint. I just grab a nug and roll it. But bro, back in the day, you have to buy that $15, $20 eighth. It'd be like 0.9. It'd be this small. You just put it in a swisher.
Oh, the Grammy man, yeah,
Crazy.
But look,
I was growing up in Texas. It was wild.
But now look, have you ever had a time that like, damn, you really wanted to smoke weed, but you couldn't, but you figured it out? Back in the day.
Like where you didn't have like a roll.
Damn, I want to smoke some fucking weed. I got no fucking weed. I gotta get some weed. Okay, let me sell this thing right here to go get some weed.
Oh, yeah, I mean that happened like 1,000 times.
Would you sell? Do you have one memory?
Man.
Like, cause look, me and the homie sold this Xbox controller. Go get it.
I used to always like try to flip. I used to always be trying to flip everything. So like I would be like, you know how it is. When I was growing up, I might have like 412s in my trunk of my Cutlass, and then the homie's like, I got this fucking half pound I'll give you for that, and I'm like, bet, I'll take it. And then I take that and then flip that and then try to buy some 15s. And,
that's smart.
Yeah.
I used to do it. And then I was always taking all the extras out and smoking the extras, and you know what I mean? Like,
bro, this is exactly how we got on, bro. So
yeah, that's how we all got on.
We were on here. We were out here playing football. Me and him would play college ball out here. So between that, going to school, trying to like maintain that routine, we're like, man, we needed to make some money. But playing football, smoking weed was like, because we played out here, I was like, oh, we could smoke weed out here in Cali. Instantly, bro, I bought an eighth of Mango Kush. And we're going to go smoke it. And some kid was like, we were at UCLA, some kid was like, oh, like foreign exchange kid was like, oh, I'll buy that. He was like $50. I was like, oh, this is a come up. So I was like able to smoke and keep blessing and just keep growing. It went from an eighth to a unit, and it just went straight up.
Then I used to go see the dude in the back of the kitchen that be cooking up the restaurant right there.
Everybody,
he sold me an ounce and a half a pound.
We saw it on the whole. It was cool.
Then I'm leaving like football practice, bro. My phone's blowing up from all the kids from frat row because I would go party with them, right? And I would just put them on. So like all the sorority, all the frat row at UCLA, bro. My phone would be blowing up. I'm like, holy shit! Why I'm just like all day, just easy all day. Come to my room, but you know what my number one customer was? The Brazilian foreign exchange that come.
Damn.
Bro, those people smoke fucking all day and don't do anything. They just smoke. But I loved it. Those were my best customers, bro. Just growing up, just watching that. And to now looking at, like, damn, sitting with some, one of the most aspiring cannabis people in our industry, you know what I mean? And we're doing our thing, but you're the big chief of what you do. I just wanted to give you your flowers, you know what I mean? And what was your big chief moment that you had? Coming in.
What do you mean by define the big chief moment?
So you're just like
where basically where you took what essentially what you were doing as just being how you're saying you were more than just more than just cannabis. How you took the brand from just selling, flipping, and everything to establishing a sensual brand in a business and that model per se.
Well, I mean, that was just that was the long process of just, selling a bunch of weed and putting it out in a bunch of different packaging. That's how it started.
Yeah. No, but now taking the brand to like I said, different
to a
states
global
and just
level.
really,
We
really
got-
establish.
You're
your
like
market
killing it in
of-
Florida,
yeah.
bro. That's like one of the hardest
we're-
markets to even
we
go
got
to.
Florida, I got Michigan, I got 8. We're going like in 8 states, like contractually. I mean, I'm in 8, like maybe 4 active right now, 5 active right now.
Bro, it happened so quick.
And then we got the European thing going on, not really, and I'm not referring to the the social club, but we have also it's not just European because it's in Asia too. We have like an international import export deal with a big one of the largest distribution companies. That's going to be help facilitate us to get into every market pretty much.
That's cool.
Via my own product. So
Yeah.
it's my supply chain. They're just doing the fulfillment for me. So I got a pretty cool thing
Right.
going on over there. We already just did that first shipment from Bangkok to Australia. We got
I saw that. That's what I was interested in.
we
Man.
have
This is
Portugal coming online as far as production as well, and then that will be able to go to like places like Poland and Germany, UK medical, Switzerland.
that's a global
Doja
movement,
worldwide.
yeah.
Yeah, global shit. So
Doja Global.
I mean,
Is it Doja Global or is it Doja Worldwide?
we say Doja Global. Yeah, we say global.
Doja Global.
Yeah, no, that's it's crazy how it goes from you're in the United States right now, dealing state by state, trying to fight it and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I wish that we could
and then
just
you
go
go
all
over
the way-
there and it's like, oh, look at how many countries we're about to.
Right. The
Plan
state
out.
by state thing's real frustrating. I wish that we could just kind of like just
grow
do-
it in California and just like here's
things
some,
that-
here's a
like
shipment,
rice,
here's a shipment,
like-
legit.
like
any other
oranges,
commodity
like,
there
you
is,
know what I mean?
like any other thing that goes on.
Potatoes, you know what I mean? Come from Idaho, you know what I mean? They could
But-
do it like, when do you think it's gonna ever happen? Like
I think
smoothly,
I think
or
it
how do you
will
think it's gonna happen?
Man, I hope it does happen. I think it will happen. I mean, that's my dream for my brand, is to have a single source operation that can go direct to consumer across at least the 50 states,
Right,
At least across the states, It should be that somebody in Nebraska can watch this interview and like, do like, oh shit, he's gonna be dropping this next week, and then they should be able to order it next week and get it the next day.
Exactly, bro. Just like any drop, you should
It's
be able
your
to.
Like
order.
clothing.
Or you know what? Maybe you don't get it the next day. Maybe you get it the next week. But whatever the fuck, you get it still. You should be able to get it direct to your place. Just like how I order my if I'm getting wine from a vineyard or something, and I go,
Yeah.
they deliver it to my house. Like maybe you got to show your ID when they deliver it. That's fine. They do it already for alcohol. Like they should be able.
Or you could just go pick it up locally.
It's not inconvenience for them to
Just-
do that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're already doing it.
But
The direct to consumer thing is key, because I think that's the whole
That's
thing
the main
about like
one.
one of the things that like people like you guys that have the destination stores. It's it's a neighborhood store like this will do well. But I'm saying like a lot of times people don't want to go to dispensaries, and these delivery services out here take forever.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? So it's like if it realistically. Cannabis shouldn't be thought of as an on-demand product anyway. This isn't a fucking pizza.
This is,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? You
It
gotta
went
think
from
of this
quickly
as
like
like-
grabbing it from your drug, whatever.
You get
and
what I'm
putting,
saying?
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be like, oh shit, we need an eighth. Boom, call the delivery service. It should be like, oh shit, this guy's dropping
We
some
re-up.
new shit. I'm gonna grab a zip, and then I'll have weed for the next till I smoke that zip. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like,
we have like a cooler thing in our house.
everybody
with all
goes
the
and
good
buys an
strains.
eighth every single day. It's good for
Yeah.
you guys though, because if you come to the Silver Lake Big Chief and
We
buy
got
an
you on the
eighth
best
every
deals.
single day.
Hey, he
If
said
you buy
it.
an eighth every day.
He said
you
it.
get a dog treat on Saturday.
And, hey, you will, and then we have a doggy bowl for your dog after you go run those laps around the Silver Lake Reservoir, And then we have a farmers market
You
on
have to
Saturday and
prove
Sunday
that you
coming
ran-
too.
You have to prove that you ran the laps, though. He's gonna check your health app on your iPhone. Make sure
Yeah.
you had a cool pace.
No, direct to consumer.
They say
that's the
smoking
way.
makes you lazy and makes you unproductive, bro.
I
I don't
agree
believe
with
that, bro.
Bro, you are 100% the testament, bro. Bro wakes up in the
guy.
morning. Let me tell you his routine.
Living
right?
proof.
Here's the routine.
He'll wake up in the morning, right? Roll a blunt. First thing, no nothing, just roll a blunt, go smoke it, right? Then he'll get ready, this and that. He'll roll a blunt to go to the gym, right? He'll go to the gym. He'll smoke a blunt going to the gym. Then he'll sit in the car and smoke a pre-workout blunt before the gym.
I haven't rolled though.
Okay, so he's already rolled. So once on the way to
Are
the
we
gym,
at
once
2
out
or
the gym.
3 right now?
We're at 3 right now.
Okay, we're at 3. Okay.
Then he'll work out, boom, boom, leave the gym. Before he leaves the gym, he gets in the car, rolls a blunt for his drive home.
Yeah, this guy smokes a lot of weed,
bro.
You know what that is?
That's
That's because you're addicted to the tobacco. I'm just.
I pointed it out.
I'm making my own leaf right now too.
Hey, you know what's honestly
pointed
too?
it out
I'm
to
gonna
the
be
bro.
real with you too. If my wife ever watches this, I told you we don't need to cut back. We don't even smoke that much. I feel like she's always acts like I'm the fucking biggest pothead in the world. She's like, you smoke an ounce a day. I sometimes smoke an ounce a day. This guy's smoking a QP a day over
Bro, I told him if there's any weed in my vicinity, it's getting smoked.
A day, realistically.
Bro, if depending on if it's different ones I really want to smoke, I'll smoke everything.
The whole Olympics box in one day. That's
I probably could. If you really be honest, if I start early in the morning, going snowboarding trip, headed there, bro, tell him what happened.
Our snowboarding trip, bro, I was dying.
Does he smoke blunts on the mountain?
Bro,
I did,
not only on the mountain, bro.
Not only on the mountain.
But listen what happened to me,
I like where this is going.
Bro, we're sitting in the car. We had self-drive, right? So we chilling. I was like, he goes, oh, it's bet, self-drive. Bro, we probably smoked, it was like, let's say a 5 hour drive, right? We probably smoked about 8 to 9 blunts.
On the way
there, right? And then whenever I had to charge in the middle, I put the car on charge. He's like, I bet we're charging. All right, cool. Blunt rest. So yo, roll a blunt while it's charging.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get to the mountain. He comes up there.
How much do you put in each blunt, just so I can understand?
I bought probably
three, like a
2 grams, 2.5 grams, almost 3 grams.
Okay, continue the story.
As fat as whatever.
So you're smoking hella weed. That was
bro,
sure.
ridiculous, bro. Then he goes, I gotta roll up these blunts for the mountain. He rolled like 10 blunts,
right,
to go snowboarding the next day.
Pretty standard.
So basically, he'll like go up. Before he goes down, he'll chill there. He'll smoke a whole blunt, go down the run.
Are you drinking on the mountain?
Nah, we ain't drink. Nah, we just straight.
I don't drink anymore either, but I just know a lot of guys. It's like the culture to like drink beer on the mountain.
I already had a bad experience,
bro.
I ate a horrible thing from the gas station, whatever the fuck he gave me, bro. And I was living off some Trulies, bro. And I was faded. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I got to get in food poisoning, and then pretty much I don't know what happened. I guess I got a concussion. You know what I mean? Woke up, and the lady goes, have you been drinking? I was throwing up everywhere.
Yeah.
I was throwing up everywhere, bro. It smelled like Truly all through the, what's it called? You know how you have the ER room at the snowboarding place? They had a bucket next to me. So I was like, after that moment.
So you don't drink on the slope.
And then no shrooms either, nothing.
We did though. Let me tell you our first snowboarding experience, right? We go up there like, all right, dope. None of us snowboarded ever. But we're like, we're going to do this. Everyone's getting lit. In the car, right? We're at the base of the mountain. Then we take shrooms. Then we smoke.
Oh yeah, that's all.
And we go up
first
the
time
mountain.
ever.
First time ever. We go up the mountain.
Don't do this.
I can't even imagine this. By the way, that's like a bad. That's a nightmare.
No, nailed it. Everybody's
Everyone's doing it.
Everybody's shredding, bro.
The power of psychedelics. It does work.
Dog, the snow's brighter. We're like,
can't believe this.
So you snowboard? Here and there?
I snowboard. I got a few boards. I go every season normally. I haven't gone yet, but
let's go to. I'll be down if you're down to go to Park City. You can do like the diamonds and everything, right?
It's hard for me to
What's
make
your
it
level?
out of the state.
Where you be at?
I do blacks and shit. You know,
We'll do mammoths.
I don't really jump like that. Like Kyle, Kyle, my dude DojaPak.
Yeah.
He's kind of a little more tricky. All my guys are a little more tricky than I am. But
I get embarrassed on the mountain. I like to just chill.
Yeah,
I like to like cruise.
I can get down I can get down a black. You know what I mean? I can get down all the slopes with everybody, but I don't like be like really going. Doing too much like shit. But I'm getting there, get a little better.
I hit the boys up.
So a lot of my guys can jump hella high and do all kinds of shit. So I just I watch them and I'm trying to get a little better. I might try to hit a little jump, this year.
Just a little.
Hit a little bump. But it's good to have people that are better than you at snowboarding because you only get better.
Right.
Hell no.
Bro, I saw a 65-year-old dude, bro, shredding the other day. 70-year-old dude, I'll go, okay.
Yeah,
that's
just a good
reality
kids,
check. Bro.
The kids too.
It'd be like a 2-foot-year-old just like.
It's something to do with when you learn when you're young.
But the 80-year-olds, bro, doing it, 75, it's like, oh my gosh, bro. That's what I want to do when I'm 70.
No, it's a go. If you want to be able to do that, you got to take care of your health.
It's honestly a pretty safe sport. Once you get the hang of it, it's kind of like riding a bike. You know what I mean? It's not really like super dangerous. Even the same thing with mountain biking. I'm an avid mountain biker. I'm not constantly
Shit's
consistently
scary.
mountain biking anymore, but I'm
That shit's scary.
I know how to, I'm pretty good at downhill mountain bike. I know how to do some shit. I've ridden a lot of the trails out here, most of them, and that's a great sport too. It's the same thing as like if you're decent with your mountain biking, your bicycle skills, you can learn to mountain bike and do some pretty crazy shit. And it's the same thing with snowboarding. It's a safe sport. You could do that. It's realistic to be able to do that into your 70s, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think everybody should try everything at least once.
And
Just to
you
see,
can't only try snowboarding once. If you only try snowboarding
No, I mean,
once,
you gotta try. Not
don't
even
listen
that.
to this guy. This guy,
Don't
they're
listen.
gonna be like,
It takes 4 or 5 times to
take
actually-
shrooms and you'll nail it.
Build your confidence, bro. Build your
Don't try
confidence.
that, please.
No, because some of my homies, they snowboard, but some are like, oh, I'll never do that. I'm like, bro, you just gotta try at least like everything in life at
Man,
least
I don't
one
even
time.
want to
just
scare
be
anybody,
like,
but
do
I
that.
guess I have certain respects for it because I feel like I've almost died on the mountain before. Like,
Bro,
you know what I mean?
you know the scariest part is when you're like,
He says he has too, so that's 2 people.
I
out
hit
of
a
here.
tree.
Yeah.
You know what
I hit a
mean?
motherfucking tree.
I wasn't
Like
that I
full
crashed,
speed,
but it
like
was
going
just a real bad storm.
boom,
You know what I
30,
mean? It was a
40.
real bad storm one time, and I went up to the top, and I maybe should. I don't know. Everyone else, seemed to be okay with it, but it was like it got so bad at one point. I literally couldn't tell which way I was going.
Yeah,
it was like my equilibrium was all fucked up. It was like I was like, which way is down? Like I couldn't even tell like which way is down the slope. And then all of a sudden I'd be trying to like keep my board sideways, so I'm going slow, and all of a sudden I'm going like nose down the mountain, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going, and it would be like I couldn't see anything. I literally couldn't see this much in front of my face. It was like
1
a
foot
blizzard.
radius.
It was like a blizzard.
check the weather
what I
app
mean?
before you go.
Yeah, right. And it
for
just
sure.
had gotten worse. But we were like, yeah, it's powder. You know what I mean?
No, bro, the powder junkies are crazy, bro.
Well, I mean, there's days when you go and it's cool, and it just
Bro, you gotta go
snowed. and
after
it's-
the storm when
right,
everything's
right. This was in the
quiet,
middle of the storm, literally.
Fuck, no,
and like
bro.
Kyle's like, yeah. I was like, bro,
I fuck
I'm
with
gonna die.
Kyle.
I'll see you at the bottom, hopefully,
Nah,
dog. Like
bro.
I literally had to sit down and chill for like 15 minutes and like try to see. And then finally I saw some people, and I was like, okay, people. And I just like went in that direction. You know what I mean? And then I was like, oh shit, a little further. And then I finally saw where I need to be, and I'm like, oh, finally.
It turned into one of those like
You know what I
late
mean?
night things you watch when like surviving in the wilderness.
Even though, like I said, I'm
pulled
not
up-
a beginner either, so it was like, I was like, this
Nah.
shit is. I mean, I'm not the best, but that shit was like, I can get down mountains and I snowboard.
It can
and
get
everything.
scary.
And that
It can
shit
get
was
scary.
crazy.
In
that day.
moments like
I took a
that.
video of it. I have it on my phone because I was just like, in case I die, let me show you guys how this would look.
The last
you know what I
moment.
mean?
The last moment
Like,
video.
like
that you see
getting
snow.
off the lift. I have a video. You can see Gucci like going into this, like going down. It's like he just disappears. You just see him like just go disappear. That's how bad. You know
Oh
what
my
I mean?
gosh.
Shit was crazy. Shit was crazy that day.
Hey, the moments like
I
those.
was at
is-
Mammoth, by the way.
Yeah,
You know what I
bro,
mean?
Mammoth's
Mammoth is the
lit.
best.
You can't ride the whole mountain.
I'm telling
in a
everybody
day.
right now, if
There's
you live in Los
not
Angeles,
possible.
Yeah.
give yourself an extra 2 hours and go to Mammoth. Don't go to Big Bear because
Yeah, fuck, I can't.
night and
all
day,
all
bro.
the SoCal
Night and
ones
day.
are weak to me. I mean, they're Mammoth's
fake snow.
mid-cal, but
Lake Tahoe is cool too.
Tahoe's amazing. Palisades
nice.
amazing. I've only
North
been to Palisades.
Star?
I've been to Palisades. I've never been to North Star, but I've heard it's kind of flat. But whatever. Palisades is dope, and I've been to like a couple of the other small ones, but Palisades is really nice. I want to go back to Tahoe. Tahoe's cool.
And the Palisades.
What I was saying is it's easier. You know what else it is too? Beyond all that is like I know that like I have these talks with people sometimes, and they'll be like, "Oh, you got to go here. You got to go to Vail." Like, I know there's better mountains than what we
Yeah.
have out here, but Mammoth's at almost 12,000 foot peak, and
Bro,
we get
you're
really
not
good
hitting
snow.
the whole
and I
mountain
guess
in the
what I'm
whole
trying to say,
day.
we get really good snow. And I can go there and I can come back, and it doesn't really impede on my schedule like
Right,
that.
right.
So it's really something to do more or less just with it being like local. That it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm
It's
more like
I don't want to like take a trip
Yeah.
to go snowboard. That
No,
makes
I
me
call-
feel like
I'll do, like,
that
business
makes me feel like I'm
vacations.
on a, yeah, me too, dog. If
Yeah,
I'm
business
going out of
vacation is
town,
the best one.
I'm
That's
going to
my-
work.
yep.
If I'm staying, if I'm doing a vacation, it's gonna be in town on some quick shit. We'll go to Mammoth overnight, come back. You know what I mean? Type
correct.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I can't, bro. Me sitting on a beach 3 days.
I can't even imagine
trying to
that
figure
shit.
out like.
I can't even imagine.
I'm
that
like,
shit.
what am I
I do
doing?
that. I do that in Ibiza, but even then, I'm like out there with like homies that
But
I'm
you're out there
taking
on a
cuts
trip
to.
going-
Yeah,
yeah,
And
networking.
bro, I have 50 lights now in Ibiza that's growing almost all my genetics. They're landing next week to come get more cuts. I got like giraffe pussy out there, Z,
Yeah.
Perm, RS11.
bro,
Giraffe
you gotta-
pussy all
if
over
you-
the
bro,
world.
in
giraffe pussy all
Spain.
over
This
the
is being
world.
grown in Ibiza, Spain, right
Nah,
now.
if
And
you wanna
he
expand-
grows good weed
Yeah.
too. It actually smokes cool. Like if I run out of
that's
weed
dope.
out there, I get weed from the homies, and I'm like, yo, this is lit. I need weed for the whole trip, type shit.
Ibiza
No, if you
weed
wanna
is good.
Shout out
Team,
to the
man.
Ibiza Doja, the Ibiza team. We got a team out there. It's coming soon, man. You'll see it. Production.
Nah, it's worldwide, bro. If you want to take
Ibiza
your brand,
Yacht
bro,
Week?
if you want to take your exactly. If you want to have an excuse to go Do that.
I like
Expand
that.
your business
Come
everywhere.
on, man.
The Doja job.
Hey, we
Yeah,
have a reason to go there now.
We have a reason to go there for business
Business,
now.
write it off, man. Write it off.
Man.
Business. Yeah, you gotta do business everywhere you go, man. That's the point. Like and that's why you asked earlier what it is. It's a lifestyle, man. I don't clock in and out, but
You already clocked, bro.
but
You're
you
not.
have to- but
you're
you have to
you're
have-
clocked in 24/7.
But you know
bro.
what the good thing I can tell you though from this point is because I've done it both ways. I've gone hard to where I've burned myself out, and then I've learned how to maintain. And I think that the best thing you can do is just like what we were saying earlier about just protecting your schedule and your time. And
Yeah.
if you do that, then you have more of it, and then you'll be able to do more. And then that's how you
It literally
level up.
essentially it opens up, bro. Everything opens up. People like as much as I try to organize this and that, it all falls apart. But the moment yourself internally are focused and organized and stacked, everything around you starts becoming easier and easier to do.
Facts.
So get on your health.
Hey, before we get off, what's one message you would give to yourself when you're looking back at this pod when you're like maybe 50, 60 years old? You know what I mean? And what's after that? And what's one message? That's what I should have started off. Would you give me and my brother going into our 30s? You know what I mean? Going to our, you know what I mean? What's something very important we should figure out? Or what's really important, something we should focus on?
Okay, this is a multifaceted
Just
question.
that's my intrusive thoughts.
There's
That's
like
what it is.
6 questions.
That's
in
what my
that
brain
one
thinks.
question.
So you saying what would I say to my 60-year-old self?
Or
I
your
don't- I don't
yourself right
know.
now when you're watching when you're 60, like something that you would be proud of. You know what I mean? So you can go back and watch this.
I'm gonna whatever it is.
Timeless.
I hope whatever accomplishment that I've made so far, that every accomplishment that I make at that point is way bigger. You know, that's all. I just want to level up. You know, just gotta keep going up with it. And then as far as like I think that you could, you guys seem to have everything down. Maybe you might be able to give me some advice. You know.
Man, we just learn from each other. We inspire each other and put it out
You
back
already
out there
taught
to the world.
you know, if this is coming from somebody who came up to me and its first conversation ever is telling me about a book I never read. So it's hard to give that guy advice.
How many other people have I done that to ever? Not really any.
That's good, So read, do everything these guys are doing. Read, manage your money, be smart,
Big facts. Manage your money. Making money is important, but managing your money is...
manage your time and manage
your
energy.
time, man.
Manage
Your
your time,
energy,
manage your
your
energy.
energy and your time is the most important resources. You can spend all your money if you want, and if you have time and energy, then you can get it all back. So,
You can make it
or you
back
can lose it
tenfold.
all, and
Hustler
get it all back.
mentality.
So, that's one thing. Health is health. Health keeps you in play. I'm 40, but I'm in the best shape of my life, so it's easy for me to like continue to do this shit for the next 20 years. You know what I mean? What's stopping me?
I hope you have these shirts for the next 20 years because you're the first person to get these, bro.
Okay, sick.
I got your little gift.
Let me check it out.
A big gift, actually.
Yeah, this packaging is dope. I like this. And you got me two of them, huh? Or both.
You got to read this shirt right here because it's related to the topic, too.
All right, let me
that
check.
we're on right now. That's how insane that is.
No, he's just like, where's mine?
Hmm?
No, he's just like, where's mine?
Oh, my gosh. You'll get yours,
Says
Minochis.
got more money than time because
BC, Big Chief.
That's just
Big
it.
Chief, yep. That's right, guys. Facts.
Peep the
man.
back.
Facts. Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. I like it.
No, the quality of the material. We handpicked everything.
Yeah, man. I
out,
like
man.
your these shirts are fire too. I like that.
100% organic cotton.
Cut and sew.
Basically, we went through the whole, the process of bringing all the material here, cutting out the styles and everything, dyeing them locally,
Damn,
all in Los Angeles. So
that's crazy.
it's like a shirt you would just want to wear just because it feels good, and then the message reflects and everything.
I gave Benny the Butcher the prototype of this in New York,
That's fire.
and he wore it in his European tour. And he was like, the shirt is static.
I like it.
Like that word? Static.
Ecstatic. Thank you, bro.
Love, bro. Thank you for pulling up, Ryan. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate you, G.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you guys for watching the pod. Go ahead and subscribe and comment below. Comment some, like whatever you guys want to see, whatever guest you guys want to see on the pod. and we'll get them on. You know what I mean? We have a lot of people trying to come on the pod, but we only like bringing people that inspire you guys to do something dope out of your life. That's the Big Chief mentality. You feel me? That's how we live, and that's how we grow and do dope things. So I love when people come up to me and be like, dude, just having Big Chief or selling Big Chief, I have this whole car sales, whatever. There's so many different things. I'm high as fuck right now, but like people come up to you and tell you that right now. You know what I mean?
You mean, man.
But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Fuck with you guys. See ya.
Llama red pajama, I feel alone with my mama, Baby llama wanna drink, mama at the sink,